Hey, in this video, I'm talking about this one common habit that stops fat burning. I see so many people practicing this, including myself. I used to do it as well. It's eating late at night. Many people are doing this because of maybe their schedule or because they're emotionally eating or they have cravings or they didn't consume enough food earlier in the day. But eating late at night, right before you go to bed, is one of the worst things you can do if you want to have healthy metabolic function. The reason why is when you consume food at night, number one is your body is more insulin resistant. Your cells have more insulin resistance. And what that means is that insulin is this powerful hormone that comes out whenever we consume food, and its job is to take glucose as well as nutrients like magnesium, and it opens the door on the insulin receptor on the cell and allows glucose and so sugar as well as other nutrients to go into the cell where they can be used to produce energy. And so that's good. We need good insulin sensitivity. At night, we're not able to get the glucose into the cell effectively. That raises our blood sugar. We end up producing more insulin. We know insulin, as long as it's elevated, it stops your ability to burn fat. So you're not actually able to burn fat for fuel at night while you sleep. Sleeping is one of the best times for your body to be burning fat. As long as insulin's low, you will do that. If you're eating late at night, your insulin's going to be elevated all through the night. You're not going to burn fat effectively for fuel. You're also going to promote more inflammation in the body. Also, when you eat late at night, it actually affects your circadian rhythm and disrupts your sleep quality. And when you have sleep quality disruption, you're not going to feel as good the next day. You're going to have more cravings. You are not going to be able to burn fat as effectively. You're not going to have as much mental clarity and energy. And your brain is going to have more toxic compounds and more inflammation. So it's going to affect your mood, your memory, your mindset. Everything gets affected when your circadian rhythm is off and your sleep quality is poor. We've all experienced that. So eating late at night, one of the worst things you can do for good sleep. Also, it disrupts your gut. In fact, when you eat late at night and then you go to bed, the food just kind of sits in your digestive system. So it doesn't move through your system. Your digestive system slows down at night, and it slows down particularly when you're sleeping. And so food will just sit there, it will rot, and it will putrefy. And there's one potentially pathogenic bacteria that really loves this. That's called H. pylori. It's in your stomach. And when you eat late at night, food sits in your stomach. It doesn't release into your small intestine the way that it should. This is why a lot of people get acid reflux when they eat late at night. But H. pylori will then feast, and it will start to produce compounds that shut down your ability to produce stomach acid. And so it's a major risk for an H. pylori overgrowth, which will reduce your ability to produce stomach acid during the day. And then you're not going to be able to absorb protein and amino acids effectively. You're not going to be able to absorb vitamin B12, magnesium, other key minerals, zinc, things like that as effectively because you have an H. pylori overgrowth in your stomach. So you want to make sure you're not eating late at night to avoid getting pathogenic bacteria like H. pylori as well as parasites from overgrowing in your system. Super important for that. Research has shown that individuals who eat before they're going to bed consume 12% more calories than people who eat 3 or more hours before going to bed. So if you're going to bed at 10 o'clock and you finish your meal at, let's say, 6:30, 7 o'clock, you're going to eat less overall calories than somebody who's consuming food at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and then trying to go to bed at 10 o'clock. And so again, this has to do with your circadian rhythm. When your circadian rhythm is off, you don't notice satiety as well. So you have what we call lower leptin sensitivity. And leptin is a hormone your fat cells release that goes up into your hypothalamus and signals satiety. When your circadian rhythm is off and you're not sleeping well, you get leptin resistance. And therefore, you're not able to hear that signal of satiety as well. So you end up eating more. And you also end up craving more ultra-processed foods, more foods that give you a quick dopamine hit, that make you feel good in the moment, but throw off your blood sugar and drive up inflammation in your body. So if you're trying to stick to a really good, healthy eating plan, one of the best things you can do is sleep well and have a really good circadian rhythm, because that alone will reduce cravings. It will reduce the desire to eat emotionally, and will help keep your blood sugar more stable, help you feel better, and have more cravings for healthy food when you are consuming your meals. So eating late at night, again, one of the worst things you can do. It drives up inflammation in your body, it increases visceral fat formation, drives up insulin resistance, leptin resistance, and can cause a whole cascade of negative effects that end up leading to chronic inflammatory diseases and excess visceral fat and excess weight gain, and ultimately stop your ability to burn fat and really thrive in life. So the best advice is to eat 3 or more hours before going to bed. Now, if you are a shift worker, let's say you work from 12 o'clock to 10 o'clock, right? And you get home at 10 o'clock and you're hungry and you want to eat something. What I would actually recommend is, if possible, eat earlier in the day, right? Eat, let's say, at 8 o'clock, right? 9 o'clock in the morning if you want, 10 o'clock, right? And then eat during a lunch break on your work, if possible, and finish your last meal at 4, 5, 6 o'clock. And that can be really, really helpful. And so whatever you do, do your best not to eat late at night. And that's going to help you with overall fat burning, circadian rhythm function, and optimal health, right? So that's what you want to look for. That's what you want to do. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out my channel, browse the various videos that I've done on similar topics, and also make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit the bell button. That way you get notified whenever I put up a new video training. Thanks so much for being a part of our community here, and I really hope you enjoy the videos that we're putting out on a regular basis. Be blessed.